Hey there, and welcome to the Do Life Big podcast. This podcast is going to be your jam if you want to live to your full potential and don't believe in half-assing anything in your life. If we want to do life big, that means we've got to get out of our own way because we only have this one shot to make it awesome. I'm your host, Kathy, and I'm a mom of three whose BFF is cold brew, a retired school teacher turned online entrepreneur, and an author. I'm loud, bold, and will always keep it real. I'm determined to live my best freaking life possible, and I'm here to help you do the same. I'll be packing this podcast with tips, motivation, inspiration, and strategies to finally get you where you want to go. And we will have a ton of laughter along the way because, let's be honest, we can't ever take ourselves too seriously, right? I'm so excited you are here with me today. Now let's get this party started. Hey guys, welcome back to the Do Life Big podcast. This is episode number 3, which honestly, I cannot even believe that we are literally already on episode number 3 of this podcast. We're just in the beginning stages, guys. We are just getting things going. We are just getting the party started, and I am having such a blast doing this with you guys every single week, and just wanted to spend a second to say thank you so much for choosing to spend your time here with me. I'm really grateful for you guys. I've gotten a lot of great feedback, and I know that life is busy and that you're probably listening to this in the car right now on the way to work, or possibly on the way to pick up your kids from school, or in the car pickup line, or maybe even while you fold laundry or you're taking a shower. And I know because that's what I do. But that is why I created these episodes, to be short and to the point and to be inspirational and motivational, with little tips here and there to get you to take action to kickstart your week so that you can have a great week and you can feel in control and you can just feel on fire and just have an amazing start to your week. So before we dive into the episode today, I just wanted to let you know I have spent so much time putting together this bomb Reignite Your Belief mini course. Totally free. And I spent a lot of time putting this together. It is legit pure gold. And the reason why I created it is because over the past 8.5 years of being an online entrepreneur, I've worked with hundreds of people, and they all say the same thing. Eventually, they say the same thing. They've lost that belief in themselves. They've lost that spark or that fire that they had before. That excitement is no longer there. The thrill. They had these incredible goals or ideas for their future or changes that they wanted to make in their life. And they were so hopeful and they wanted to do these things, and then it never happened. And it just seems so far away from them. So now they just kind of feel like they're going through the motions, and they feel like they're never really going to be able to make those changes that they want to make or live that life that they want to live. And they know deep down that they're meant for more, but they just lost that spark, and they so badly want to get that belief and that spark back again. And so that's why I spent so much time putting together Reignite Your Beliefs, which is designed to get you to start to take that action toward that thing that you've been wanting to do, that maybe you've been putting on the back burner for so long now, that maybe seems so far out of sight. It's not that far out of sight, guys. So you're going to need to get this. It's totally free. Like I said, all you need to do is go to kathyreutertraining.com/reignite. So it's KATHIREUTER training.com/reignite. Just drop your email in there and you will immediately get Reignite Your Self Belief, the mini course, sent to you. I hope you love it. Let me know what you think about it. Share with a friend if it helped you out, and just enjoy it, because I'm telling you, if you go through it and you take the daily actions and actually take those tips and apply them to your life, you're going to see the changes that you want to see in your life. I say it all the time, but you can't just be a sponge. You can't just sit down and listen to all these things that can change your life. That's good. But if you want the transformation, you have to be willing to take the action and apply it to your life. So go check that out. And I hope that you love it. All right, let's dive into today's episode. Let's talk about this here for a second. Listen, you're not always going to feel like it. I know. You're not always going to feel like it. And honestly, you know what I'm talking about. Like doing the things that you know you have to do. There's going to be days where you just don't feel like it. And honestly, no one just pops out of bed and is like in the best mood ever, ready to take on their day. Honestly, guys, it's a lot of fake it till you make it, that kind of BS. It really is. You've got to do that. Otherwise, trust me, the day will take over and you'll lose control right from the get go of waking up. Trust me, I know. All right. When my alarm goes off in the morning, guys, at 6:15, and my 3-year-old has literally spent 2.5 hours of the middle of the night climbing all over my head like he's some sort of a combination of an octopus meets Tasmanian devil who just had 5 cups of coffee and wants to party all night long. And literally, he's straddling me like a horse. All right. And that happens in the middle of the night. I'm not all smiles with rainbows, you know, and unicorns spewing out of my ears at the sound of my alarm at 6:20 in the morning. I'm definitely not, right? But it's a choice, guys, to feel the way that you do. So, literally, my alarm goes off. I throw my lifeless, exhausted body out of bed. I drag myself to the bathroom, wash my face. I put some makeup on so that I look somewhat alive and not like death took over. And while I do that, I listen to some really pumped up, loud, feel good jams. And I swear in my head all day long, guys, not for nothing, it's nonstop music playing. Literally. It's just what works for me. Midday comes, I'm starting to feel the slump starting to kick in. Yeah, I'll have a cup of coffee, but guess what? I'll put in my earbuds and I crank the music up. I'm like, I need music. I need some loud, really good, feel good music right now so I don't pass out right here on the floor. And so in the morning, I'm getting ready and I literally look in the mirror and I say, okay, this day is going to be awesome. It's going to be an awesome day. Let's do this thing. It's just me psyching myself up to have the best day right from the beginning. Like I'm getting my mind set up in the best possible way so that as the day takes on, if things happen out of my control, which you know they're going to, I'm going to be in a better headspace to handle it if I do this right from the beginning. If something is thrown, if something is out of control is thrown at me, I'm more equipped to deal with it. Because it's all about that emotional intelligence. Like I refuse to let the day get ahead of me and have things happen and let that dictate my mood or the way that I feel. Like I want to be in control. Don't you want to be in control? So we've all had those days where we just feel, off, right? Just kind of sluggish. We are totally not on our A game. Maybe you feel like you need that extra cup of coffee. You feel like you're lacking that motivation. You're lacking the excitement. Where is the energy? Where is my energy that you want or typically have, but it's just like not there today, right? We want to feel better, but just feel like we're just dragging like a total bump on a log. You know what I mean? And you just feel like a slug. Just like every move you make is like super slow motion. Listen, first of all, it's totally normal. It literally happens to every single one of us. We're only human. So give yourselves a break. Allow yourself to have some grace. It's okay. We all go through these times. But you do also have to realize a couple things here that I really want you to just remember. All right. Number one, if you want to have more energy, then you need to make energy. See, a lot of people got it wrong. They're like, I can't work out, or I can't go for the walk, or I can't do this, that, the other thing. I don't have any energy. I just feel so tired. But they're failing to realize that if you want that energy, you have to make the energy. You have to force yourself to get up off of the couch, to get up out of bed and press play or go for that walk or go for that bike ride or just get your body moving in some way because movement gives you energy. So even when you don't feel like getting up off the couch, just get your butt up and put your body into motion. And guaranteed 100% of the time, within like 5 to 7 minutes, you will feel better. And then when it's done, you'll be like, oh, I feel so much better. I'm so glad I did that. So glad I forced myself to move. All right. The second thing is that when you go into when you wake up in these kind of moods and you're kind of feeling this way, or maybe something even happens during the day that kind of derails your happy go lucky mood, right? And you can just feel yourself as going down as a downward spiral. It's going down fast, right? You need to have your own little toolkit, I like to call it, of things that can make you feel awesome and just great when you're in that slumpy mood or this starts to take over, right? And it can be anything that makes you feel good, like anything that's going to make you feel good. Like, for example, for me, if something happens right? And I'm all stressed out, or if I'm like strung out and I feel maybe anxious, the thing for me is I got to go do a good weightlifting workout, right? I got to lift a little bit extra heavy, really get those endorphins flowing, my heart rate way up, not too high up, not too high up, but get it up, right? And I put the awesome, loud, pumped up jams right in my ears, really loud. And that makes me feel great. That immediately makes me feel 10 times better. Happens instantaneously. Even just going for a drive alone, which doesn't happen often, guys, I will admit, but taking a drive alone in my convertible, right? Top down, sun beating on my face, loud, real loud music playing, just driving around, sipping my cold brew. Does it every single time. Going out just for a walk around the neighborhood, looking at the palm trees and the sun and the bright blue sky and the huge white puffy clouds. Listening to an uplifting podcast or watching something funny. It's got to be funny. It's got to make me laugh. If anybody can make me laugh, that will make me feel better. So those are like my kind of things that help me out when I kind of feel in that sluggish kind of, I don't really feel like doing anything mood, or something happens and tries to derail me. I have my little toolkit of all these different things that I can choose from that will immediately start to make me feel good. All right. And it also matters too who you surround yourself with. Like, you got to be surrounding yourself with the right people too. So take a close look around at who you hang around with. Like, who do you spend most of your time with? Who do you spend most of your time talking to? When you leave those situations with those people, do you feel great? Do you feel inspired? Do you feel happy? Do you feel like you're in a good mood? Do you leave those situations and you're like, that was awesome. That was so much fun. Like, I can't wait to do that again. And you're looking forward to the next time? Or are you like, oh my God, that was total hell. That was draining. That was exhausting. That was just negative. I feel awful. I feel worse now than I did when I first got together with these people, right? You want to leave situations with people feeling great. Like, you want to leave feeling better than when you first started hanging out with them. So take a close look around and make sure that you're spending most of your time with those people who are going to bring you up, who are going to support you, who are going to encourage you to grow and be better, who are going to help you get out of that mood, who are going to encourage you to do the things that are going to make you happy, right? And fulfill you. That makes a huge difference. So, there are all these little things that I keep in my toolkit that I carry with me every single day. No matter what, I have them with me because, as you know it, plenty of things are happening every single day out of your control. You just never know what's gonna go down, right? But you got to be prepared. So that way, when something does happen out of my control, I have this supply kit and I can easily grab in and pick something out, and I know it'll immediately flip the switch for me and it will get me back in control because I want to be in control and I want to have the power over how I'm feeling, and I want to be able to have the power and control over how the rest of my day is going to go, and I don't want things and external things to dictate that of my one life that I'm going to live, right? I don't want to waste one whole day feeling like crap and then looking around for all these other little things that happen during my day to make me feel even more like crap. Cause you know how that happens, right? When you're in this like mood, right? It's like first this little thing happens and that kind of sets the mood. Next thing you know, you're paying attention for every other little thing that might stick out that causes you to be even more in that mood. And then it's like this thing and that thing and this thing. And next thing you know, you have a list of like 15 to 20 different things that you're annoyed and pissed off about that had nothing to do with the original thing that you were first like that caused you to go into this mood, right? Well, the same exact thing can happen when you put yourself in a good mood, right? You can choose to notice all the things that are going well. So we want to be focusing on those things because we want to feel good. No one wants to walk around feeling like crap all day long. So you need to figure out like what is in your toolkit that you're carrying around. Is it a nip? I don't know. Maybe it is. Is that appropriate? I don't know. Well, whatever. I can do whatever I want because this is my own show, right? Anyways, yeah, what is in your toolkit? Like maybe it's a phone call that you call somebody. Like, you know, every time this happens or you start to feel like this, you know, if you pick up the phone and you call this person, it's going to get better. This person's going to make you feel better. You know, you can count on them. They can make you laugh, right? They can cheer you up. They can pull you out of it. Maybe do you want to spend some time alone meditating, right? I don't know what that's like. I got 3 kids, ages 3, 8, and 10. Can barely do anything alone these days, let alone meditating. So that's not in my toolkit, but maybe it's in yours, right? Doing something maybe to pamper yourself. Maybe you're going to go get your nails done or a massage. Is it music? Do you need to listen to a certain kind of music? How about dancing? Oh yeah, I always love dancing too. I almost forgot about that. Only you know, but you've got to have it figured out so that you can have control of your mood and energy levels at all times. We are no longer operating from this half-assed mentality of just floating through our days on autopilot, letting every single external thing in person control how we feel throughout our day. We are in control. We have the power. We have got to be prepared at all times. We've got to know what makes us feel good. We've got to be aware of our emotions, and we've got to literally hype ourselves up. I say it all the time, but you got to be your own hype person. Like, you don't need somebody else to cheer you on. I mean, I'll do it, but you need to do it for you. All right? You got to do it for you, and you've got to do it first thing in the morning. And sometimes you're just not going to feel like it, just like I said at the beginning. And that's okay too. But get your toolkit ready. Spend some time thinking about it right now. What's in your toolkit? Make sure you know what it is so that way when you get into these moods, you're not just stuck there and you live there. It's okay to feel your emotions. I'm not saying ignore your emotions, but you don't want to live in that feeling for too long, right? Give yourself a certain amount of time and then pick something out of your toolkit and then move on so that you can flip your day around and you can become in a better mood and be more positive and be more happy. And then you're going to attract more people like that to you too. Because for as long as you stay in that mood that you're in, the universe acts in strange ways, guys. It's going to bring to you more of that. More people who are complaining, more people who are moody, more people who are acting sluggish like bumps on logs. Who wants that? No one wants that, right? You want to be confident and happy and excited about life so that you can attract more of those kind of people into your life. All right. So I hope that this episode helped you guys. Really appreciate you guys being here. I hope you have an awesome week. And I will see you next week for episode number 4. Go make today awesome, guys. See ya. Thanks so much for listening in. I really appreciate you choosing to spend your time here with me today. You totally rock. Hey, listen, if you loved today's episode, go ahead and tag me on social and go share this with a friend right now. Like, do it immediately before the day gets ahead of you and you totally forget. Couldn't be more pumped to be on this journey with you guys. Go make today awesome, and I will see you the next time.